and welcome back to Austin Talks, where today we have a tiny bit of a different video compared to everything else, because we obviously talk about the evolution of a lot of stuff that has become a regular thing in our lives, and I would actually argue that Marvel is one of them. So I decided that we should cover the evolution of Marvel's entertainment through its years, because it's older than a lot of people think, and it has had an impact more than people think. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Now, the Marvel industry started all with the age of comics. Now, comics during World War, the comics mainly emerged during World War II, as it gave the purpose of them was to give a world a bit sense of hope, and this impacted people's visions soon enough, because when people were buying people were buying comics left, right, and center, because they believed that they were oh, okay, it's not so bad with comics, so they gave them a sense of perspective. Now, during this time, there wasn't actually a proper universe understanding of characters, and they were just random stories. But as they were just random stories, I mean, the first character we got was the Human Torch, but there was a variety of characters that were introduced, but they weren't actually confirmed into one whole universe, and this is when they introduced the establishment of the Marvel Universe. Basically, around the same time, probably a few years later, after the events of World War II, it had all concluded. Comics just became a regular staple, to the point where the industry of comics was just it was probably the most popular industry for a certain amount of time. Now, it was soon enough characters started appearing in each other's stories. It was Wolverine was Iron Man was appearing in Hulk, and then Hulk appearing in Thor. It all interlocked. Now, and that appearance in various different stories, it was just the basic establishment of the Marvel Universe, making each of the books more intriguing by every time. Now, every Marvel character that were introduced, the first ever Marvel character that was introduced was the Human Torch, who actually appeared in his own story. If you saw the comic at the very beginning, that is actually the Human Torch. He was the first ever character to be made, and which actually soon led to the Fantastic Four being published, which was actually the first ever group group established in Marvel. Now, the first Fantastic Four comic actually introduced Spider-Man, probably the most iconic of them all. I don't think we have to controver on that, but Spider-Man is probably the most iconic of them all. The social impact of the Marvel there's a big impact. Marvel Universe has immense impact. At the time of the Marvel Universe was established, it gave people a sense of power, and if they could do it, if the characters could do it, which in their own interpretation can be very inspirational to the people who are actually reading them, which is actually a really nice thing to think about if you think about it. Now, I also gave people who aren't in the happiest of places, or in the happiest of states, it gave them an imagination, imaginative world to fall into, giving them also almost a second home, which is why I think comics in general, not just Marvel, have a bigger impact on literally everyone. Now, the Marvel Universe also brought whole societies together. Say if one person wasn't, my friend and me were not getting along, sometimes you try and find just common ground where you actually you agreeing on something. Say, have you read the new comic? Yeah, it was so good, I can't wait for the next one. That in turn creates a creates a bond of interest. That's what it has a social impact. Now, the Marvel Universe, as I said, has brought many people together, both in real life as well. but also in the stories that like the principle alone is that like that principle of bringing people together is still carried today in every form, in comics, in movies, in series. It has an impact that it's just amazingly put. Like its impact is like unbelievable. Now, the last thing I would like to want to include is like how diverse the Marvel universe is. Now, when I say not in a societal sense, I don't mean like groups. I mean like the way it has a variety of characters and a diverse selection of characters. We've got like Human Torch, a fire character, and we've got Spider-Man, a superhuman who walks like a spider. And you've got Daredevil and Elektra, like two people who are like assassins. And then you have the whole Fantastic Four. They're all a part of the same universe, but they've all got a different, like, you can see the Living Tribunal, like, who have, like, and then I think it was the Fee Fi Foam, the dragon, and you have them all, and, like, like, in the way that it's just the way they deliver the same principle, as I say, which is bringing people together. It happens every single time, and like, it happens in everything else associated with Marvel, which I think is something that does need to be projected. Incredibly impressive. Now, the comics were like a good. I wouldn't say they had a good run because they're still on, like, going on today. There was in the first there was an introduction to cinematics closer to the end of the 20th century. Now, the first collection of Marvel cinematics was actually in the Marvel movies, but it was more of an established version of characters such as Blade and Punisher. Now, they weren't Marvel established. They weren't like claimed to be Marvel movies. They were like actually 99% based off Marvel characters. Now, it is clear that they were Marvel based, but in the first actual Marvel established acknowledgement movie was the Iron Man movie, which introduced the world. Iron Man has had such an impact on us. Like we love like what it's brought off, and it introduced the world to the MCU era. We can all agree the MCU is probably the best source of Marvel media out there. I love comics. I mean that Marvel Entertainment still has Marvel Cinematic Universe does actually give out comics. It's some of it is actually some comics are actually involved with the cinematic universe. So in the MCU era in 2008, the official MCU was born, same as me. Now, and it has been going on for like a very long time, and all for a good reason. And we've there's been so much for the MCU, and it's still going today, and it's just come out with so much. And I still have the MCU era, we still have the MCU era taking place. There is no probable trajectory when it's gonna end. I mean, after Secret Wars, you never know. I think we're gonna start like a whole new phase. We've had the Infinity Saga. Now we're in the Kang Dynasty. Then we've got probably have something to do with mutants. But those separate era sections all create this amazing world that we've all known to love. I mean, when Iron Man came out, it was amazing. We had Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man, and people were like, wow, this is going to be a standalone movie. And look now, we're 15 years later with probably about 10, we've got 3 specials, we've got about 10 series, and God knows how many movies. But they all share common ground in validity. Now, the MCU was also expanded when disaster struck to they were pulling through a very unfortunate time in the world that they have pulled through in terms of media publicity wise, and before I get onto that. The MCU as I say, they have come out with so much in such little time. I know 15 years doesn't sound like a lot. We have, that was the first project. Iron Man was the first project. And now we're in phase 5? Yeah, phase 5 of the MCU. We also have about a load of series. Some series that have actually been have stopped. All of them share like this source of like everything that was carried from the Age of Comics has been carried to the MCU. And if you watch my other videos, comic accuracy is a very big deal to me. And that's why I think that this is like the MCU have actually done like really well. Obviously, in some years, we've had some slippery slopes. I mean, you can't have every movie perfect. That would be like the sense of a perfect world. But you can't have every movie that's great. You can't. But accept what we have, because it is amazing. Just like let that sink in. Now, as I say, that like when the world was in a state of disaster, when unfortunate events struck, the MCU media did still pull through with publicity with this. Into the world of Disney Plus. Since 2020, or since COVID, I'd probably say since 2020, because it was probably the beginning, Disney Plus has taken the world by storm. Not just in media, not just in Marvel-wise, but in general. But Disney Plus was a platform where delayed movies were put on. There was a whole Black Widow thing, but yeah, like all of that, all of it's been sourced to Disney Plus, which is a really good platform, and where they could show the timeline of the stuff they were releasing. I mean, they still use it to today. We're kind of past that era, but but it was like. Right, we'll use this because it is really useful. It's really, but it could be shown so their timeline for releasing, and it's still possible now. And it is on a whole new level with actual good stuff. We have Loki, as I can't rave about that enough. We had She-Hulk. We had Moon Knight. We had what else? Miss Marvel, yeah. And it's a very valued platform, and I like the original series that they come out with, because Loki is original, She-Hulk is original, Moon Knight is the Loki is original. She-Hulk, I guess, is original. Moon Knight, I'm not too sure because I haven't read the comics yet, but still, it was all valued content. Now, I like their original series as well, and I think that is this should be a motion that is conducted further, definitely, because just it's had it has improved their media stats as well, because then they can watch all of them at home, because obviously certain streaming services such as Netflix won't post these movies. So I guess it does. You don't have to continue going to the cinema to go and see it. It does give you a platform, but obviously after a certain amount of time. I know a movie that was like that. Do I? Do I actually know a movie that was like that? Yes, I do. Yes, I can name one. Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi took a while to get on there, and I actually really enjoyed that movie. I'm so glad I can watch it now. Oh yes. Around the same time as as Disney Plus, or at least after that, digitalized comics became a really big thing as well. All of the digitalized media struck around the same time as Disney Plus, and this in turn changed the traditional legacy of comics, being reverted to digitalized copies. Now, personally, I like traditional comics, but I have a bunch of comics but if you were to struggle to find rare ones, this is actually why I think digitalized comics are a good idea, because if there's rare ones that you can't find, are in mint condition, then that is quite difficult to find, and I think that is a good idea. Now, they do have their pros and they also do have their cons, but for true fans, this wouldn't apply massively to them. I've like been reading on comic books because they are very nice. They are really cool, and they actually have really good like storylines. They really do. I go online if I can't find the book myself and get it, but I also go online if I can't find it and I read the rest. But I do like regular comics because just like if you have them in mint condition, you can't sell. I mean, I don't know if you can sell them online. It's like, oh, I've got a digitalized copy. I'll have you. You can have this for that. I don't think that works the same way. It's just that I have this in mint condition. You can have like this much for it. Yeah, it's just not the same. So that's why I actually think digitalized comics actually it has its pros. Most definitely, it does apply to some people, but for like people who grew up on comics, people who like were reading comics before, I don't think this would massively impact them than compared to people who didn't really care for comics. That's what I'm trying to say. Because obviously you can be a true fan and still have you can still be a true fan and still use digitalized comics. So like don't take that the wrong way. Now the Marvel legacy and future. Now comics is still a big thing today, and there are some comics that go for like $400 if they're in mint condition, and that alone is impressive. Like one simple comic can be $400. That's nuts. Now that certain legacy is that alone, like that comic legacy is still carried on today, and that probably carried 70% of the Marvel universe. Now further thing, this Marvel is it doesn't only focus on comics, but the MCU, because of its like clear understanding, compared to Marvel media, it is still a valued is still very valued. Now additionally, the next movie is actually the Marvels. If you don't know, the Marvels movie is the next, and in just a few days, as the time of uploading, it will be 4 days, I believe, 4 or 5 days away. You'll get there'll be a new Moon Knight comic, which is also very exciting because I will probably try and order it. Now, I mean, Marvel's exciting as a whole, and there is nothing that I don't enjoy, sort of, but like Marvel legacy will never die. It doesn't matter if they stop making comics, if they stop making movies, if they stop making series, if they stop making anything, it will still live on forever. With the remaining movies, with the remaining comics, you can watch them 100 times, and that legacy will continue on for the future. It's just incredible. Right, everyone, that was the evolution of comics, and I know it wasn't a lot, and I know I took most of the stage there, not my writing, but the Marvel entertainment the Marvel legacy is just gold. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, because if I go and watch a Marvel movie, making this video got me in the mood for to watch I watched Loki season 2 afterwards, so yeah. So everyone, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment what else you would like to see on the channel. You're gonna get you're gonna get videos that are quite similar to this soon enough. So I hope you do all enjoy. So without further ado, I will see you all in the next one, and I hope you all have a great day. So, bye!